Merry me, Annie here. I never meant to leave the stone series kind of hanging out there for those of you who were with me when I started doing it. And I do plan on continuing it actively now to take it through the stones that have come to mean the most to me. There'll come a point at which is a proper ending to it because I'm not a collector of a wide range of stones. There's probably less than 16 stones that I work with regularly, and I'll do them. Ernie just rocked the camera. And when they're done, then this series will be done. But welcome back to the series. We are going to talk today about garnet. Garnet is known as the stone of health. Not physical health, not even, when you think of red, not even the health of blood specifically. It's about the energy to transform, to either maintain health or to heal. So it's the transformative energy that impacts our health. It has an amazing ability to take whatever energy is causing, that can be identified as causing a health concern, and transforming it into something positive. Sometimes it will help, for instance, if stress is creating health issues for us. Something that you can identify that there is something causing this. Not so much the thing that is biologically caused, but something that has been impacted by behavior or thinking. It's transforming energy and creating a healthful situation or maintaining a healthful situation. Rather than focusing on the physical body when it comes to healing, it connects us to what feeds our body from the emotional and the energetic realm. And it reminds us that we cannot disconnect ourselves from thinking and behaving and responding to our environment if we want to be healthy. In a way, it reminds us of the part of our health we can impact and we are responsible for, much as we don't always want to admit that. As a creature of water, garnet's connected to the moon, and therefore it's connected to women's mysteries, and most especially our blood flow. It's not just about women's mysteries, though. It's potent for men and women both in its relationship to the flow of blood, the healthy, unconstricted, kind of tidal, energetic flow of blood in our system. It's very much a stone of the body in that it encourages us to be aware of our body. The dynamic flow of energy, the physical movement, the supporting, the breathing, the blood, the tissue, the generative, regenerative nature of our bodies. And it's all about, also about being connected to our body in the sense of awareness rather than not allowing ourselves to be truly connected to our body. When I'm having a struggle personally with a health issue, for instance, when Lady Lupus is acting up, sometimes I go into cope mode that disassociates me from my body. Like, I just don't know you while you're behaving this way. Or he's going to knock that camera over before we're finished, I do think. So when I feel myself going to that place, because there's nothing to be gained by that, it'll be a temporary new perspective on pain if I can step back from it, but it's waiting for me to return. It's not going anywhere if I hold my garnet. And really, what happens to me when I do that is I hold my garnet, and I hold it where I just instinctively put my hands for you, so heart height. And what happens is I feel the garnet thrumming in tune with my heartbeat, reminding me of this miraculous thing, this that I am, everything that moves through it, the energy that feeds it, the way I feed it by the way I think, the way I behave, the way I respond to the world around me. There's nothing that I do, think, say, or feel that doesn't impact my body in some way. Garnet reminds me of our connection, it and me. Garnet's most important benefit is transforming emotions that we hold to a positive effect. So it means that it magnifies our proper care and concern and nurturing for our body. It also means that it will point out to us those destructive emotional behaviors that impact our body. You know, for all the stones that were recommended to me when I was in my 30s and I stopped smoking cigarettes, and you do get a lot of good recommendations. The ones that have to do with breathing and lungs obviously would seem to be a powerful influence for me. It was Garnet. Garnet's ability to have me think and use my emotions to control my craving. So I learned a real life example of what I've been taught about Garnet, the benefit of transforming emotions to a positive effect on our health and on our bodies. We are creatures of emotions. They range from the calm to the turbulent. Embracing Garnet, embracing our emotions in relationship to our bodies, turns that into physical vigor, into strength, into a rebuilding, literally at the cellular level, a settling down, a release of the nerves and the tenseness and the lack of energy and the things that originated here, in the way we think, and therefore the way we behave, oftentimes. At the spiritual level, emotive energy empowers us to focus on our ability to control, to impact positively our health. So I would say, yes, Garnet is the stone of health. I would say it is most powerfully within that the ability that we have to use our emotions and our focus to impact our health. Kind of, we think it, so it shall be when it comes to our health. I always provide attributes for you at the end of these videos on the stones, and they are always something which I write because I don't want to leave anything out. So I do apologize for reading them to you, but it's the most efficient way, sorry about the camera, to do this. The general attributes for Garnet: it balances emotions held within and unexpressed, transforming those emotions into healing energy and creative focus. It invigorates and regenerates. It's protection against negative influence by bringing order to chaos. What I mentioned about stress and allowing outside factors to alter our bodies. It's also about protection while traveling. Now you've had experience of that. I'd love a comment if you did. Not something I've particularly noticed, except that Garnet has helped me when traveling keep calm about traveling, because I'm a nervous traveler when it comes to things like planes. So it has helped me stay calm and focused, and therefore much better off physically when I get off the other end of a plane. Also has to do with career success. I'm sharing that with you because, well, most of your correspondences say that is so. Not for me, but it might be for you. May have already been for you. I'd like if you'd share if that's the case. Inward, personality and personal attributes. Emotional awareness. You got to think about what you're thinking about, to be aware of what rises within you. Garnet's very helpful with that. Arriving at the source of self-sabotage. Yeah. The way we impact ourselves with our negative thinking. And then, this is Garnet, transforming it. 2 stages. Garnet will help you notice it, and it will help you transform it. It's about confidence and self-esteem. It's a matter of control, really. Emotional honesty. You're not going to fool yourself if you're in a relationship with Garnet. Personal vitality, especially in the way you can impact that, along with stamina, devotion, and persistence. When you are not allowing stress, emotions, external influences on your body to control it, you're able to focus. You're able to be devoted to something that matters and not be distracted by. In other words, your body is your partner and not somebody who's calling you off in another direction. It's about awareness of our bodies as energetic entities. The cool thing about that is there's things there that we can partner with, contribute to, transform to our better. And it's about restoration of vitality and passion for life. The better we feel, the more we're going to enjoy our life. Garnet's all about joy in every moment. Outward and community attributes for Garnet. Attracting a soulmate. That's something I think that shows up in all kinds of formal correspondences for Garnet. Okay, well, I'm not so much about the soulmate thing. I have a whole different relationship to that kind of thing. However, attracting like minds, like hearts, good energy with other people. It all comes from the more confident, comfortable, and aware you are about yourself. That's the kind of emotions and relationships and friendships and partnerships that you're going to encourage in life. Like to light. Constancy in friendship. I can definitely see that as an aspect of Garnet. Emotional awareness. Being aware of your own emotions. This constancy in friendship isn't so much about the emotions in relationship to them. It's you understanding your emotions and what friendships cause to rise up in you emotionally, how you respond to other people's emotions. It's being emotionally mature in a way, I would say, a fine contribution to solid friendship. It's about a balancing of libido and sexual desire. We cannot honor any of the stones that have to do with the energy, the vitality of our body, the flow of pure life expression that is part of our being, without acknowledging that it will influence our libido and our ability to be intimate in a relationship. Garnet balances that energy within us so that we are at the best place it can possibly be when it comes to that kind of energy. It helps us deal with an underactive or an overactive libido in the same way it does with other issues of health. A balancing of energy creates just the right energy within us. It is, and I love this expression which I saw in a correspondence someplace, it represents the life force of sexuality. I like that expression, so I wrote it down and stole it for myself because of the way it intimately connects you to others in an energetic and intimate way. It is called the stone of commitment. And it is a stone of devotion and trust when it comes to other people. It's all about recognizing good energetic fits and making the most of them. It's spiritual magical attributes. Spiritual healing from insight. Again, it's that emotional honesty. And it's what we manifest through emotion. Yeah, how many times have I said emotion in this discussion of Garnet? Channeling our emotions as an energy and then making something of them, something life-affirming, is a power of Garnet. It's a matter of taking desire, transforming it, desire into reality. This matches the red color of Garnet. It's about past life awareness, and a lot of my friends agree with this past life awareness. Again, it's a correspondence that hasn't proven true for me, who has absolutely no awareness of a past life. So if you have had Garnet aligned to that, I'd love to hear about that in a comment. I know many who have, just not me. It is the stone of as within, so without. What we are energetically, what is part of this entirety of our being is what we reflect into the world. Actually, what we make of ourselves into the world, as within, so without. When we want to use the power of Garnet and put the best of ourselves out there, Kundalini, as the goddess, the sleeping serpent, that intimate, passionate, sexual, sensual energy that we can reach into and bring up, literally, the Kundalini action. This is about, sure, intimate relationships with a loved one, but it is about the ability to create, to bring forth into the world, to use that energy to birth in a million different ways. It's an awareness of that energy. It's not about creating that energy with Garnet. Garnet assumes it's there and that you need to be aware of it. It's all about being aware of your body with Garnet, and therefore acknowledge it, nourish it, and bring it forth into some kind of creation. And it's an awareness because of that, of the spiritual energies in the world. This rising within you, this manifesting, this making of something, creation and putting forth, it's going on around us all the time, whether it's with the people around us, with the world of nature around us, the universe itself. If we understand that energy, if we tap into it, we become more aware of it outside of us also. And the last thing, health attributes. Well, we don't have to go over the same health attributes I've already mentioned to you, that's for sure. But these are ones that are listed in general correspondence lists, and I wanted to mention them. I got to tell you, to me, it's all about what I've mentioned to you already about energy and our ability to influence our health through creating an energy environment for ourselves and using our thinking and our emotions. These health attributes are traditional for the stone, though. You may have had experience of this. Blood. Exhaustion I can get because of the energy thing. Heart, hormone balance, okay, that kind of fits in with that libido, sexual desire aspect that I mentioned. Inflammation of the skin, I gotta tell you the truth. I get that rash that people with lupus get every now and then, the butterfly rash that comes across my face, and I can't hold Garnet when that happens. It magnifies the rash. So inflammation of the skin, not so much for me. Positive impact on the kidneys, low blood pressure, lungs, muscles, spleen, and thyroid. All of that, I'm assuming, can be impacted by a healthy energy flow throughout our body and by our behaviors that support, that express our love and respect for our body. I can see where Garnet can impact just about anything when it comes to our health in that way, in the sense of where we put ourselves to be, either in a place of health or not health. I haven't seen Garnet be something which impacts physical health outside of our ability to hold and create a positive energetic overlay of ourself, to meld pure energy with our existence, and to focus with our mind and our emotions on our health. So I'm a bit distant from some of those long lists of what Garnet can impact because it's not been my experience of it. But I wanted to list them all for you. I'm especially interested in any of you who watch this, who've had something they can share with us about the things I haven't had personal experience of when it comes to Garnet. If that's in the comments, it would be very helpful for anybody who comes across this who would like to see, well, did anybody else, can they confirm those things that she said that she hasn't experienced? Because I'm sure you have some stories you could share with us. I wish you all mirth and reverence. Mary Part.